Our discipline is our destiny. Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but nonetheless doing it like you love it. Fighting is a sport. If you're not humble, it's going to bring humbleness to you. Everybody you fight is not your enemy, and everybody who helps you is not your friend. Fighting is all about calmness and relaxation. My appearance was all an illusion. My appearance is of a madman, but I'm really calm and collected. Even though I'm fighting, I'm calm and relaxed as possible, despite my displays. Because once you get excited, you can't fight at the highest level of your ability. I'm the most brutal and ruthless conqueror there has ever been. Without discipline, you can't be a champion. Fighting is not physical. Fighting is spiritual. It's the determination and the will in the guy. The boxing's the easy part. When you get into the ring to fight, that's the vacation. But when you get in the gym, you have to do things over and over till you're sore, and deep in your mind you say, I don't want to do this anymore. I push that out of my mind. Social media made y'all way too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face for it. Our money is bait money, and bait money is not to be used. It's good to be successful and have financial status. But if you're only going to live for the money, you're only going to reach a certain status. And I'm in there for greatness and peace of mind. Sometimes I put on a ski mask and dress in old clothes, go out on the streets and beg for quarters. That equals to being a fool, having fame and no fortune. A lot of guys out there have fame doing this and doing that, but they are broke. If they don't have that extreme addict personality, you can never understand how a guy can blow $1 million. If I have to live at the top of the world, I also have to live at the bottom of the ocean. I don't know how to live in the middle of life. At one point, I thought life was about acquiring things. But as I get older, life is totally about losing everything. I shouldn't have done that, but I was irritated, tired, high, and pissed off. As long as we persevere and endure, we can get anything we want. Unfortunately, sometimes you can't have fun accomplishing your goals. Sometimes people don't have the determination, the will, the steadfastness, the tenacity. They give in under the slightest struggle. You can't be disturbed by anything. There's no emotion involved. You can't feel sorrow. You can't feel pity. There's nothing you feel. The job has to be done. No one wants to get up and run when it's pitch dark, but it has to be done. The only reason I do it so early is because I believe the other guy isn't doing it, and that gives me a little edge. You have to feel comfortable being uncomfortable. I'm always comfortable being uncomfortable. And to be comfortable being uncomfortable, I have to hone my discipline, which to me is doing what I have to do, but also doing it like I love it. The ability to apply the discipline, the ability to do what needs to be done, no matter how he feels inside, in my opinion, is the definition of a true professional. Everybody thinks this is a tough man sport. This is not a tough man sport. This is a thinking man sport. A tough man is going to get hurt real bad in this sport. I try to catch them right on the tip of his nose because I try to punch the bone into the brain. I used to fight anybody my trainer put me in with because I was confident that I could beat any fighter in the world. Anybody could see that I was almost a master at evading punches coming at me. When I fight someone, I want to break his will. I want to take his manhood. I want to rip out his heart and show it to him. I'm a bad guy. But if I was a good guy, nobody would want to pay to see me fight. Lennox is a conqueror? No, he's no Alexander. I'm Alexander. I'm the best ever. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's never been anyone like me. I'm from their cloth. My style is impetuous, my defense is impregnable, and I'm ferocious. I'm a dreamer. I have to dream and reach for the stars, and if I miss a star, then I grab a handful of clouds. There is no one who can match me. In order for me to achieve, I had to regard myself greater than what I was. In other words, I had to fake it until I make it. Greatness is given to us all, but only a select few can handle the ride. I'm successful because I'm valuable, not valuable because I'm successful. A champion does it like he loves it even when he doesn't. Any man can do what he has to do, but doing it like you love it, that is what takes it to a whole different level. Every win, regardless a good or bad one, gives you more confidence. Hard times fall upon everybody. Whatever it is, we're going to get out of it. I don't dream anymore. All I do is manifest because they're better than dreams, and they come to reality quicker. When you have something in life that you want to accomplish greatly, you have to be willing to give up your happiness. I've lost all my sensitivity as far as being embarrassed, being shy. You just have to lose that. I believe in humanity. I believe people want to do good, but some people just can't do it. Without struggle, there is no progress. There has to be a struggle in your life. You have to grow in experience to control your ego. Cause, an ego can be crushed. It can be killed. It can be smashed. But it comes back. It never dies. That's the thing about the ego. It never dies. Confidence breeds success, and success breeds confidence. Confidence applied properly surpasses genius. There's nothing like confidence. You must always be in a state of confidence, and the way you sustain a state of confidence is by testing yourself. Difficult quagmires that may occur, there's always a test. You have to seek them out. You constantly have to test yourself to prepare for these quagmires. That's why I always put myself to the test. Giving up is the easiest thing in the world. That's why so many people do it. You never lose until you actually give up. In order to succeed greatly, you have to be prepared to fail greatly. If you can't do both of them, you've got a problem. We all have to control our feelings. That's the thing that separates us from animals. Greatness is not guarding yourself from the people. Greatness is being accepted by the people. The one thing I know, everyone respects the true person, and everyone's not true with themselves. Kindness and compassion are so powerful. The attempt for greatness is the biggest drug in the world. I fight for perfection. It's good to know how to read, but it's dangerous to know how to read and not how to interpret what you're reading. You need to learn independence. You have to be independent. It builds character. When you take a risk doing what you love, that's exciting. Whatever you want, especially when you're striving to be the best in the world at something, there'll always be disappointments, and you can't be emotionally tied to them because they'll break your spirit. You can change your mind or your life whenever you want to. We want to believe that we're different than the average guy that's working too, that our thoughts are different than his, our inspirations and desires are different than his. That's why we succeed and he didn't. Because we want to believe we're different, but he just didn't get the break that we had, or he wasted it on something else. We live in a society where we basically live and strive on what people think about us. We're more visual people, so what we see is basically what we believe, which is not necessarily true. The fall is worth the climb. Some people try to get you out of slavery for you to be their slave. The deeper you dig, the deeper you become. Now that I'm older, I can see that everyone was my teacher. Listening never gets you in trouble, but talking can. Without a test, there is no testimony. Never say negative things about yourself. The subconscious doesn't know if you're playing or not. Tearing yourself down is just as powerful as building yourself up. Equality is in your heart. No one can tell you they're better than you. I'm a strong exponent of gratitude. The universe gave me gratitude, and I don't take that for granted. What are the most important words in the world? I am. Now the words you put behind that is what you are. I only succeed when I help others succeed. For immortal status, enthusiasm makes it happen. If you have nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. Being tough doesn't work in the real world outside of boxing. You gotta be smart. I know a lot of great people, but most of the great people I met weren't good people. So I'd rather be a good person than a great person by far. We have to evolve to be a better generation than those that came before us. Your fears are always worse than you think. God gives us fear to protect ourselves. Fear is the greatest obstacle to learning, but fear is your best friend. Fear is like fire. If you learn to control it, you let it work for you. If you don't learn to control it, it'll destroy you and everything around you. Like a snowball on a hill, you can pick it up and throw it, or do anything you want with it before it starts rolling down. But once it rolls down and gets so big, it'll crush you to death. So one must never allow fear to develop and build up without having control over it. Because if you don't, you won't be able to achieve your objective or save your life. Everyone has a plan till they get punched in the mouth. I normally don't do interviews with women unless I fornicate with them. These books ain't window dressing. I think Machiavelli's the most sophisticated writer outside of Shakespeare. Way ahead of his time. Such a manipulative person. Everything he accomplished he did by kissing ass. I don't understand why people would want to get rid of pigeons. They don't bother no one. My power is discombobulatingly devastating. I could feel his muscle tissues collapse under my force. It's ludicrous these mortals even attempt to enter my realm. I can't change myself. I'm Mike Tyson. I'm a regular kid from the ghetto, striving to do something positive with myself. I happen to fight well.
Some students would make fun of me, but nobody messed with me.
Anger is my biggest enemy in life. Life is just a beautiful process of dying. As soon as you are born, the process begins.